doctors in academia and um, uh, where Dr. Hurst, I'm not sure where your profession lies, but I know that you are a very polished individual.
I'm a social worker, a minister, and an educator
Okay, all right.
who fell into history moving to Hartford.
Um, so we look like I have some council colleagues here, but unfortunately, none of them are voting members at this moment. So, just wanted to put a disclaimer out that we don't have a quorum. So that does not preclude us for just um, going through our agenda. The only thing is that I cannot call for a vote until one of my voting colleagues hops on the call. So I just want to put that out there before I officially start the meeting. So I'll go through the agenda. Whoever's here, um, I'll call them and then they can just talk about their credentials and why they want to be a member of the commission that I know is going to do some phenomenal work. Um, but we're going to begin in soon. All right, I'm going to do it now. All right, we'd like to call this Virtual Health and Human Services Committee meeting to order for today, December 2nd, 2025. My name is Councilman TJ Clark. I serve as the committee chair and assistant majority leader for City Council. Um, uh, we are also broadcasting live on HPA-TV.org, channel 96 on Comcast Xfinity, and channel 6032 on Frontier, and also streaming live on all of HPA-TV's platforms on social media and other media outlets for smart TVs. We are joined by my council colleagues, uh, Council President Shirley Surgeon. I see Councilman Alex Thomas here. We have guests that are that have been nominated for the African American Black History Cultural Commission. We also have our Health and Human Services Director, Ebony Jackson Shaheed, our legislative aide, Oscar Camaño, our community liaison, Kelly Kirkley Bay, and our corporation counsel, Damar Osborne. We have a lot of items on our agenda just for the viewing public's knowledge. We do not have a quorum at this time, so therefore we will not be able to take a vote on any of the items on our agenda. Um, and I'll just keep everyone posted. Hopefully, one of my members, council colleagues, who's a voting member, joins. But nevertheless, there's other ways that we can be able to take action on these items at a later time if we do not have a quorum. We're going to go out of order. I'm going to start with item 2.2, Mayor Our Lamplan with a company resolution confirming the appointment of Dr. Benjamin Foster Jr. To the African American and Black History Culture Commission. So, Dr. Foster, good evening, and you have the floor.
Good evening, Councilman. I'm very pleased to be in your presence. Protocol having been established, I greet you all in peace. I thank you for what you will approve this night. For the African Americans in particular, and Black people in general, have not been recognized for their stupendous contribution to this city. The Commission, with your assistance, will tell their story then and now. All right-minded people in Hartford now and then will take great pride in this commission. I want to just tell you a few things that I want to be recorded for the record. We have had many transitional figures, as my fellow historians will surely be able to justify along with me. For instance, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who spent summers working in the tobacco fields, first had his experience with racial desegregation here in Hartford and notes that in many of his speeches and books. The great Frederick Douglass, another transitional figure, came to Hartford in 1848 and spoke in the Center Church garden because he couldn't speak in the church itself. We had Malcolm X, who established the first Muslim temple, Nation of Islam, in Bellevue Square in Hartford. We had Horace Silver, the great jazz musician, who really got his start here in Hartford, learning to play what the boys call the Georgia Stomp with people who had made the second Black migration. Horace Silver was born and raised in Norwalk, learned to play hard bop, and went on to gain fame and fortune with Stan Getz, who he was discovered here in Hartford by the noted jazz saxophonist Stan Getz, and went on to help make bossa nova a very, very popular form of music. Then we had the club Sundown that was located on Windsor Street. It was a famous jazz club known all over the East Coast. Arthur Prysock, who lived on Avon Street, was discovered here at the Foot God Hall. So we've had so many transitional people, and I'm just naming a few, but we can go on and on with this, and we will do. I want to close by talking about Charles Sumner Stone. Chuck Stone, he was known as. Chuck grew up on Brook Street in Hartford's North End. He went on to become a Tuskegee Airman, graduated from Hartford Public High School, was the first Black graduate of Wesleyan University. Chuck was a tremendous person and intellect. I met him as an undergraduate at Trinity College. He was a visiting professor. He had served as the chief of staff for Adam Clayton Powell, Congressman Adam Clayton Powell Jr. It was with Chuck's assistance that Congressman Powell was able to pass monumental legislation that helped all people. Chuck was a true Hartfordite in the sense that he believed in speaking out. He believed in doing things to help mankind. So we want to bring him to light. We want to bring Dave Holmes, who founded the Community Renewal Team. There are so many, many contributions that people of African descent have made to this city, and our children and our youth. All people need to know this, and they will take great pride in it. And we want to get started. We need your assistance. We need your help with this. And we certainly have the manpower to get it done. Thank you so very kindly.
Thank you, Dr. Foster, for that. I have no doubt that you are very fitting to serve on this commission. And I thank you for working with me in my office to get this to where it's at, because the people that you have assembled around the table to be on this commission, with the thanks of the appointments of the mayor, it does my heart great, and knowing that great things are going to be coming out of this commission. And so I'm not even going to ask you why you're willing to serve, because it was already stated in your introduction remarks and introductory remarks. Sorry. And so thank you for that. I have no objections. However, I can't call for a vote until one of my colleagues hops on. So we're going to move on to the next person I see on the screen. Not Dr. Eric Hurst. Item 2.5, Mayor Awanapalam with a company resolution confirming appointment of Eric Hurst to the African American and Black History and Culture Commission. Dr. Hurst.
Good evening again, everyone. My name is the Reverend Dr. Eric Hurst. I'm the Minister for Faith Formation and Social Justice at the First Church of Christ in Hartford, known for the last 2 centuries as Center Church. I was very happy to receive the invitation and the nomination to serve on this commission. I think it's very important, which is why I accepted. The Black history of Hartford, and I'm saying this to someone who is not from the city, I'm from Philadelphia. But the Black history of Hartford is not only about Hartford history, it is connected directly to world history and world events. And more people in the city, in the state, in the region, in the nation need to know that. I have been involved over the last 3 years in unearthing a lot of that Black history that runs directly through Center Church. For those that do not know, Center Church is the founding church of Hartford. For those of you who are from Connecticut, it is Thomas Hooker's church. The church on Main Street has been in continuous use since 1807. The church itself has been in continuous operation since 1632. It is nearly 400 years old, and there's a tremendous amount of Black history that runs through that church's history. The 19th century history is what I've been involved in unearthing quite accidentally a few years ago. Highlights include more information about Frederick Douglass's 1843 visit to the church, accompanied by William Lloyd Garrison and several other abolitionists. But most interesting for us is the 1828 visit of Prince Abdul Rahman Ibrahim Ibn Sori from Guinea, West Africa, captured during tribal warfare, enslaved in Mississippi for 40 years, and then upon manumission, he and his wife visited Center Church at the invitation of Thomas Gallaudet, founder of American Sign Language, on a fundraising tour to raise money to purchase their children, and they would all move to Liberia. That story is opening up so many opportunities, not only for Center Church, but for the city of Hartford, as we are in direct relationship with his descendants in the United States and in Liberia, West Africa. It is these kinds of stories that have fallen through the cracks over the last 4 centuries, and people need to know that. I think this commission would help in telling that story and many more that are of benefit to the city, its young people, and the city's role in world history. And for that reason, I accepted the nomination, and I'm very glad to be here. I pause now.
Thank you, Dr. Hurst, for your introduction as well. And I have no doubt that you will be a committed person serving on this commission, as well as Dr. Foster. And so, with that being said, I'm excuse me, I'm going to go to item 2.4 because I just saw her pop on the screen. Mayor Anwar Lampalan with a company resolution confirming the appointment of Dr. Fiona Vernell to the African American and Black History and Culture Commission. Dr. Vernell, it's good to see you again.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm having some video issues, so I'm not sure
That's
I'll
okay.
be able to be on video.
That is okay. That is okay. Welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah. Can you just tell us? I know who you are, but for those who are watching or listening, just really tell us who you are and why you are looking to serve on this commission.
So I'm Dr. Fiona Vernal. I'm Associate Professor of History and Africana Studies at UConn. I'm also the director of our Africana Studies Institute there. For the last 20 years, actually, I've also been involved in unearthing the contributions of people of color in Hartford, including West Indian and African American heritage that has taken many different public forums, from public exhibitions and working with schools, to most recently, just over a month ago, opening up the first Caribbean Heritage Museum in the Northeast. It also involves building an oral history collection that's focused on history in the greater Hartford region, with a specific focus on Windsor and Bloomfield and Hartford, looking at African American and West Indian migration, and asking really broad questions about how we can tell the story of the Great Migration from international and transnational perspectives, and asking deeper questions about what it means that the migration streams that have come to Hartford are so distinctly Georgian and so distinctly Jamaican as well. The my contributions have also taken place in the digital realm. So I have a digital humanities project called Hartford Bound. And that is a digital humanities project that essentially is working to tell the history of Hartford. So it's basically a history of Hartford, 50 stories and 50 maps that highlights stories of unsung Black and West Indian folks from the 19th century into the 20th century. And so that full project will go live next year. And again, the primary goal of that project is to provide a free, publicly accessible resource for the public as well as for high school students especially, so that when they're working on their projects, they can find out about folks like, sort of Catherine Freebody, whose bequest as a Black woman in the 19th century helped to pay Reverend Pennington's salary, for example, and helped to pay for the education of young Black children and helped to pay for some of the other expenses of Hartford's first Black church. And she doesn't exist anywhere in an encyclopedia or any kind of curriculum, and no one knows who she is, and yet she was a very well-off Black woman who ended up owning land through this sort of cabal of white men who put together their resources to help her purchase land, because she would have had a difficult time being discriminated against, but she had the money, and so they fronted that for her. And so I'm really glad to hear Eric talk about Center Church, because a lot of those pathways, especially for the 19th century, lead back to Center Church and then to the Talcott Street Church. So I'm looking forward to being able to bring forward that history into the 20th and 21st century, and to talk about the living legacies, because history is all around us in Hartford, right? You can barely walk 50 feet without actually, walking in the footsteps of the people who made this community, the Black community in Hartford, what it is today. So I'm really honored to be a part of this commission and to work with my colleagues to unearth and share these stories publicly.
Thank you, Dr. Vanel, and I look forward to you serving on this commission and producing some great information. We've got Black History Month coming up, and once everyone is confirmed, I can't wait for you all to start working on getting something that we can actually highlight for the City of Hartford's Black History event. Next, let's see, Dr. Hurst who else is on? Dr. Close. All right, item 2.7, Mayor Avalopoulos with the company resolution confirming the appointment of Dr. Stacy Close to the African American Black History and Culture Commission. Dr. Close, good evening again. You have the floor.
Good evening, Councilman Clark, and thank you for this opportunity to also work with you and also to work with council members and my colleagues here who are online. My connection to Hartford comes in large part because I am a child of the migration, not the Great Migration, but a 1990 migration from the Deep South and from the state of Georgia to Connecticut. And what I discovered in that migration, particularly when I made my forays into Hartford, that there were thousands of other people who had made that migration in a different period. And as a professor of history, one of the things that drew me to the Hartford story were the large number of people who I had met in the African American community who were willing to share with me not only their rich histories, but also to talk about many of the things that other colleagues have mentioned from an earlier period. that goes all the way back to discussions that were made by Du Bois, discussions that were made by Carter Woodson and John Hope Franklin, and a lot of the legendary scholars who've written about African American history. But my deep affirming connection came from meeting two people on Rosemont Street, Gladys and George Fisher. The Fishers were migrants of the South, and they began to share with me that rich history. And so what I began to do was to bring that history of Hartford into my classroom out at Eastern Connecticut State University, because I had so many students who were from Hartford, many with family connections in the South, others with family connections, particularly in Jamaica, but also in Haiti. So I wanted to share that rich history with them as it tied to Hartford, and also as it tied to the time of Booker T. Washington helping to establish the National Negro Business League in Hartford, as it tied into W.E.B. Du Bois and his ties to Mary Townsend Seymour and Mary White Overton and building our local branch of the NAACP in 1917. It also brought me to the rich history of the Barlow family, Boach Barlow Sr., Boach Barlow Jr., and their travails from Georgia to Hartford. And it introduced me to other people who are lesser known, like Julia Pounds and Julia Pounds Variety Store. It introduced me to the Ford and James and the Ford and James family and their ties to pharmacy that goes back more than 100 years, not just in the coastal regions of Connecticut, but also going back to Hartford and going back to Mather Street, where they ran a pharmacy on Mather Street, Black-owned pharmacy on Mather Street, back in the earliest days. And then conversations that I had with people about the importance not only of faith, but also AME Zion, Union, Shiloh Baptist Church. And I've been able to share a lot of the knowledge that I've gotten with historical societies all throughout the state, and also with town historians who've invited me to give guest lectures. And I also have the joy, Councilman, of actually writing about this rich history in a number of our prestigious journals around the country. And there has been a deep excitement to hear about Hartford's place, not just in local history, but also in national history. To write about James Pennington, who was at Faith, or to write about our own Dr. Foster, it brings an important presence to a genuine and wonderful story that we have here to tell. And so I am delighted to be part of this group, and also delighted to get to work too. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Close. Would like to welcome my esteemed colleague, Councilman John Gale, who is a voting member of this committee. Councilman, we've gone through just about all of the nominations so far. We've got one more, so I know you came on when Dr. Close was speaking. Not sure if you want to ask him any questions.
Thank you, Chair, and my apologies to everyone for only joining at this point in the meeting. I have no particular questions. I will say it's a pleasure to listen to Dr. Close. Clearly has the teacher in him, the professorial spirit in him, and can weave a very good story in a very short time. So welcome aboard. Glad to have you step forward and agree to volunteer your time, as is true for everyone who's joining this commission. Good for all of you. We certainly appreciate it. You know, this is the kind of things that make a city work, is when everybody steps forward and does their little piece. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
No problem. Thank you, Councilman. Next is item 2.8, Mayor Ira Lamplin with the company resolution confirming the appointment of Dr. Sweets Wilson to the African American and Black History and Culture Commission. Dr. Wilson, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Yes, yes. And so I'm resurfacing again,
All
thanks to
right.
Dr. Foster.
He knows how to bring people out. That's for sure.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Yes, he does.
Well, welcome,
So
man. The floor is
thank
yours.
you. So I just want to thank everyone for the opportunity to collaborate with such a distinguished individuals. You know, each person bringing unique expertise to shape the information that we will share with the future generation. My name is Dr. Sweets Wilson, and I'm a native of Harlem, New York, and I am the daughter of immigrants from Jamaica, West Indies, and Cuba. So, what I do for professionally is I am a faith-based therapist dedicated to helping others uncover unestimated strengths while addressing self-limiting mental roadblocks. That's it. In a nutshell, I'm the therapist that nobody wants to talk to. But my interest for this commission is since the early 1900s, the West Indian and African American communities have made profound contributions to Hartford. Their impact includes the establishment of community organizations, the preservation of cultural traditions, and an active political engagement. West Indian immigrants founded numerous social, cultural, and athletic clubs, and their growing population has significantly influenced the city of Hartford's demographic and cultural landscape. The African American established churches that served as vital community hubs, advanced social uplift through leadership, strengthened political representation, and continued meaningfulness to Hartford's workforce. So this is what I would like to bring to the table for this particular commission. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sweets Wilson. Thank you for the introduction. I have no doubt, given your stellar track record in helping people in not just the city, but this region and the state, that you will just add to the fabric of what's needed for to establish this commission. So thank you for your willingness to say yes and to be a part of this. Councilman, do you have anything?
Again, no particular questions for Dr. Wilson. I will state to everyone something that we mentioned to all of our commissioners, that should you in your commission deliberations and activities find that city council can be useful, or that there are particular ordinances that should be addressed or changed, by all means, our door is open, and that's what we're here for. So, come back to us with any particular suggestions you have for helping us advance the interests of everyone in Hartford through the ordinances and the resolutions that we pass. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
No problem. Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Thomas.
Hey, Mr. Chair, thank you so much. I'm not a voting member of this committee, but when I looked at the agenda and saw everyone that was listed, I really just wanted to come on here and it's been exactly as I thought it would be. It's almost like a little history class in of itself, and so I'm so appreciative of you guys joining and the creation of this commission, and you guys being willing to come in and help out. You got all of the heavy hitters on it. It's almost like we will be able to. It's a good team. It's just a really good team, and people are, everyone brings a different facet to the table. I'm thankful for it, and I wanted to thank everyone for their, willingness to help out and volunteer for the city. And thank you so much, Councilman Clark, for your work and putting this together. I'm appreciative, truly.
Thank you, Councilman. And maybe you would like to consider being a part of the HHS committee.
Oh, please. We can have that conversation.
All right. That sounds good.
Especially because we need a few more members to get quorum.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So we'll talk about that. All right. Councilman, so we covered items 2.2, 2.4, 2.5, and 2.7, and 2.8, which are all of the nominees who are present here.
So I would make one motion to incorporate incorporate all of those items and send them all back with a favorable recommendation to City Council.
That motion has been made for a favorable recommendation for items 2.2, 2.4, 2.5, 2.7, 2.8, and I second that. Are there any discussions? Hearing or seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye. Ayes have it. This item is passed, which is referred back to City Council for our meeting, which is going to be taking place on Monday. That's December 8th, is it? I believe so. Or 9th. Which one is it?
It's the 8th.
December 8th.
December 8th. Thank you. So also too, December 8th is our public comment portion of our council meeting. So Dr. Foster, if you choose, you and the rest of the commissioners can come to or join virtually to speak at the council meeting at 6 o'clock for public comment.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Moving on, item 2.1, which also falls into, which is a presentation or updates from Director Jackson Shaheed. And we can roll that into item 2.9, which is the resolution by Mayor Ara Lampalam authorizing the City of Hartford's Department of Health and Human Services to continue to utilize the cook and prep cook services for Latte's Kitchen for the North End Senior Center lunch meals.
Yes, thank you so much. So the update I have tonight, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the community university, which will be rolled out in January. It is being finalized, and it is basically our community education initiative where we have partnered with community organizations to bring free 90-minute courses on various topics to Hartford residents. These topics include things such as governance, healthy homes, healthcare literacy, financial literacy, gun violence and how to cope with trauma, home ownership, continuing education, etc. So we are very, very, very excited for that, to be underway. We have a few more finalizations before we actually roll out the campaign to let the community know that the calendar is ready and where they can report for these courses. So we're getting a lot of positive feedback, from the community right now in terms of participants and organizations, who are excited to, refer over their population. So, I think it's going to be something that the city definitely can benefit from. Our accreditation is in full effect. As of right now, our consultant is working with various departments. Our strategic plan is being rewritten. We do have our environmental policies and protocols, which are being updated, and some needed to be recreated. So we were working off of policies that, a lot of times with municipalities, you do things because you've been doing them for 15, 20 years, right? Or 30 years. They really need to be, recreated. And so that's what we're doing for some of our environmental policies. Our epidemiology team is now complete with our PhD onboarded and creating more of an online presence, communicating data to the public. So we're very excited that we onboarded our final epidemiologist to our team. And we are, really moving forward with all of the data reports that we wanted to, and making sure that they're available for community members. And those are the updates I have from HHS.
Thank you. Councilman, any questions?
No questions for the director.
Okay. Madam Director, I'm sorry, I'll save my question. Councilman Thomas, did you have any questions?
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you for asking.
No problem. I just had one brief question regarding the heart team. And so where does that actually stand regarding the funding?
So I believe our Deputy Director of Social Services, Patricia McIntosh, she did send an update to answer some of the questions that was asked previously when we discussed Heart Team funding.
Okay.
If there's any more questions based on the ones that were asked last time, then we can clarify that and send you an updated document.
And it's my recollection that Wheeler is not providing services 7 days a week anymore.
So
Or was that CRT?
that's CRT.
Okay. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. And is the HHS mobile van, is that out and running again?
Yes, the HHS, actually, we are going to be having it out and running again. We will be utilizing it for the OD2A program right now because we will be putting some testing equipment onto the mobile unit. So right now it's being fitted for that testing equipment, and we will have it out and about for OD2A testing.
Okay. All right. And is the health department doing flu shot clinics?
Yes, we are.
All right. Is that Monday through Friday or
Vaccine.
certain days?
That is Monday through Friday, yes.
Okay. All right. And sorry, I had another question in my mind, but I cannot remember that. Okay. Thank you for the update. And we'll go into item 2.8, sorry, 2.9, regarding the resolution by Mayor Avalampalam authorizing the city of Hartford's HHS department to continue to utilize the cook and prep services at Latte's Kitchen for the North End Senior Center lunch meals. So the director and I did have a conversation, and we met regarding this, and couple of takeaways. I had not received any information from, just wanted to let you know, had not received any information from the procurement division on follow-up. So just wanted to let you know that. But we are prepared to take action tonight. So the chair will entertain a motion.
I guess I would move then to send this back with a favorable recommendation at this time.
Motion's been made with favorable recommendation. I will second it. Any discussion? Hearing or seeing none, all in favor indicate by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. This item is passed. Will be referred back to council to be taken up on December 8th. All right, so since we have no other business to discuss, according to our agenda, this virtual Health and Human Services Committee meeting is now adjourned. So thank you very much. Wish you well. Stay warm in this inclement weather. And until next time, have a good evening.
Thank you.
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.